6 months removed from a summer of devastating floods, state funding has officially been allocated to help out.
Western Mass News checked in with local towns receiving substantial amounts of money to find out what the next steps are.
Our town got destroyed. Every road was heavily damaged. Many were completely destroyed. We basically couldn't get any more damage than we were.
Philip Cantor, Conway's Select Board chair, was one of many in Western Mass relieved to hear local communities are receiving state funds for late summer flood repairs.
We're just so relieved to have some numbers finally.
In recent days, the Healy Driscoll administration announced $10 million in disaster relief funding. In total, Franklin County received over $3.5 million. Deerfield led the state with almost $1.6 million. And Carolyn Shore-Ness, Town Select Board Chair, says this will help, but the damage is still extensive.
We have probably $8 to $10 more million of damage. We have two roads that are completely closed. We have 3 roads that are single lane. And so we're thrilled to death to have some help.
Just one town west, Conway saw equally as damaging floodwaters in the late summer months, and they've received $1.25 million in disaster relief.
We have $1,245,000 to be reasons to be grateful and happy, and I can't even express how much it helps us.
Cantor tells Western Mass News, not including schools, Conway's annual municipal budget is $2.7 million. Late summer flood damage on just roads exceeded $4 million. That alone was driving them to raise annual property taxes, but this $1.25 million from the state allows them to avoid that.
This means that we won't have to borrow nearly as much as we would have otherwise, and it's just huge.
Just north of there, Greenfield is also receiving funds to the tune of $100,000, and Matt Conway, the town's communications director, tells us the boost will help after a series of floods from July to December.
The amount of incidences that occurred really, strained the budgets for our police, fire, DPW, who, had to put a lot of resources into, amending these situations. So the funding is really going to go a long way to, providing extra resources for our emergency management services.
Officials tell us even with more work to do, the state funding feels like a win for Western Mass.
When something like this happens, when your town is blessed and you feel like you're part of the Commonwealth again, thank you, Commonwealth of Massachusetts. You came through for us.
Both Conway and Deerfield plan to make more preventative measures when it comes to potential future flooding. Conway will focus on stormwater management for their roads, and Deerfield will be working on agricultural support for farmers to mitigate increasing rainfall totals.